This is a work of fiction. Any similarity to any actual person or event is purely coincidental. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the India Tomorrow annual conclave of women superstars, brought to you by Aparna Pressure Cooker. As trailblazers for women across the country, these women have made giant strides in the field of business, politics, and business. Our first female panelist is Tanvi Shah, the woman crusader known for her fight to hashtag cancel cancer. She has vowed to eliminate cancer before poverty in India. Welcome, Tanvi. Our next female panelist is CEO extraordinaire Malti Ramakrishnan, the first woman CEO of Mera Plastics, a true visionary as she believes in hard work and doesn't suffer fools, even if they're women. A true feminist, Malti. And last but not the least, and definitely the most difficult to get for today's panel because of a busy schedule, we have politician par excellence, Jaya Insani, the esteemed Minister of Women's Development in India. Jaya Ji's kindness ensures that she accounts for men's opinions about women getting too empowered more than women themselves, which makes her a truly successful politician in India. To start off, I would like to ask a very important question, and probably the most important one. What does empowerment mean to all three of you?
Well, the right question is what does empowerment not mean? And I think empowerment does not mean embitterment. A lot of women like to think that they're empowered when in fact they're embittered. A lot of women are consuming content these days and suddenly men are
Trash.
yeah, and I think that's preposterous. It's in the name, yeah. Woo, men. If men are trash, women are also trash. All of these girls need to learn that the true meaning of empowerment is actually respecting men equally.
Very well said, Jayaji. Very well said. To add to that, Neha, I think empowerment is about embracing your womanliness. These days, there is this wrong perception that empowerment means smashing things. Why are we becoming so violent? Why do we need to smash the patriarchy? You know, in business, I've learned the true secret to success is in negotiation. Why not negotiate with the patriarchy?
Oh, and you're known to drive a hard bargain, Malti. But Tanvi, over to you.
Well, for me personally, empowerment goes beyond just personal success. It's about personality success. We can't be seen or taken seriously until we show people that we can be tough yet tender, sensible yet stylish, and candid yet cunning. There's comfort in contradiction, you know.
Brilliant, brilliant. You know, I've personally related to each one of your insights today so much. And, you know, based on my personal experience as a woman in journalism, what I've noticed is that what women in India need the most right now is more women like you telling them how to succeed. I actually wanted to go back to something you said, Malti, previously about negotiating with patriarchy. It's a very refreshing way of putting it.
Look, I'm a businesswoman, and negotiation is my strong suit, but it doesn't have to be mine alone. When it comes to patriarchy, my approach is to sit down with patriarchy and have a frank talk. What does that patriarchy wants from me? What can I give the patriarchy? If I am sitting here today, it's because patriarchy and I have had a lifelong of negotiation. I would never ever want to smash it. In fact, I am here because of it.
You know, I love that, Malti. Not many people understand that it's very difficult leading one of the world's biggest pharma companies against cancer, you know. Every day is a new negotiation. And the negotiation that I'm most proud of was with cancer patients themselves. You know, I visited a women's cancer ward one day, and there they were looking so sad and depressed. And I said, don't be sad. embrace your loss. So I called my friend Santosh. We had a designer photo shoot. The theme was bald is beautiful. It was amazing. They also felt better about themselves, and we got them on board for the one drug all cancer trials even before the clinical trials began. It was great. It was really great. Yeah.
I can imagine. So, was the treatment itself a success?
Oh no, that had to be canned.
What happened? Did something
The
happen
most
at the time?
important thing was that those women felt really special in that magazine next to me. And I think that's what really matters. I also gave them a Louis Vuitton as a nice empowering little gift. So.
Tanvi ji, this is why we need more women like you leading the healthcare industry. In the hullabaloo over saving life, we often forget how to cherish it, isn't it?
Exactly.
I think women like you represent what I like to call trickle-down empowerment.
Hang on 1 minute, Jayaji. What do you mean by trickle-down empowerment? Could you tell us more?
Of course, of course. In fact, I'm currently writing a book on it. It's called Quality in Equality.
Oh, do send me a copy, Jaya.
Sure.
A signed copy.
Sure. But let me take you through the concept real quick. Okay, now pay attention. Just imagine a pyramid with woman A on top, B and C below her, D, E, F, G, all the way till Z. Now I, as a minister of women's development, inject X units of empowerment to woman A, and she consumes Y units of empowerment, and Z units are left over in surplus. What does she do with that extra amount of empowerment?
Gives it to B and C?
Wrong. She consumes Z units also and becomes 200% empowered. And B and C will look at empowered A and feel inspired, triggering a chain reaction of inspiration until woman Z is left with nothing but inspiration to empower herself. That way, as a minister, I just have to give everything to woman A and not worry about anything else.
So efficient.
Truly, truly, Jayaji, I applaud your brilliance. That's how we beat sexism and achieve successism. That's how.
Good one, Hatia. I love how women-centric that model was. I smell a bestseller, yeah, Jaya.
Thank you so much.
But before you head out to sign those copies for us, I think I'm going to hold you just a little bit longer for our final segment, the audience interaction round, where we're going to talk to some of the audience members. So let's take some questions. Yeah, young lady right there, yes.
My question is for Tanvi. What really happened to those women?
Great question. You're making me think about my impact, and I think that's why I really innovate. But it's not about me, you know. Those women were a great example of making cancer glamorous. Yeah.
Well said. Our next question is to the lady at the back, yes.
Jayaji, can you explain something? In your model of trickle-down empowerment, what does women Z actually get?
Well, empowerment is all about choices and opportunities. And we should give women choices and opportunities because there are not many for women like us, right? In doing so, we will take all the women forward, and that, in fact, is empowerment.
Well said, Jackie. And I think we have time remaining only for one last question. Yeah, you, right there. Red kurta.
I want to ask Malati ma'am, when you say you negotiated with patriarchy, what do you mean exactly? Negotiated over what?
It's simple. I just have one word to answer your question. Empowerment.
Wonderful, and that brings us to the end of this episode of Nation's Pride event of Women Superstars, presented by Aparna Pressure Cooker. Back to Vishnu with the primetime debate on should women have more quota in parliament.